consumers at zero growth, for me, that's a very clear opportunity here. Financials also, especially banks, right, have been a bit of a laggard for the longest time. It's also, right, I think the softest point for them is also over. By the way, where we would maybe stay away from a little bit is the two-wheeler space. Two-wheelers, or many of the companies, maybe not all, but many of them, they have just peaked in terms of revenue or also earnings momentum. That is probably going to be a multi-quarter trajectory, a bit on the downside, maybe also with earnings downgrades. The valuations don't reflect that.
Private sector banks, we like public sector banks, especially right now, PSU banks, we think there's a good risk reward. We like insurances. We own life insurance specifically in our business. So again, these are the categories within insurance, both general and life, both under-penetrated category, both have, significant growth ahead of us. So these segments we like, and within that, of course, you have to identify companies, but some of the capital market oriented plays, I feel in a shorter term or medium term have kind of little bit overplayed.
But the government's big focus on manufacturing, on infrastructure, that is another very, very big theme, right? I mean, in last few months, people have kind of course, because the valuations went up and then maybe some of those stocks have corrected with some bit of disappointment on the earnings side. But I think post this election, we are all expecting in next few months a big order flow from the government, which will revive, which will kickstart again the public capex, which will give confidence. I mean, you need to inject cash and the confidence in the system, which I'm pretty sure government is doing it. And we will see the private capex also kicking in.
Those PSUs which are more long-term, which can be more long-term holdings because they tend to have better managements and better business profiles, and I think those, they are cyclical. And I think you have to differentiate between the two. So focus on those which are long-term wealth creators, and then those which are cyclical, you buy them during tough times, either for the business or for the industry. I think manufacturing is obviously much more broad-based, and India is playing into this now well spoken of, but China +1 and Europe +1 and so on. And I think that those are trends which will play out for many, many, many years. So manufacturing certainly is a very, very long-term theme. Defense is also a long-term theme because India's defense spending will pick up, and we also have some opportunities from exports and so on.